Morning everyone. For those eagle-eyed, you'll see that I'm in a different location today, so no message last week because I was on holiday, and this week I've been in Bromsgrove for a couple of days, catching up with colleagues here, but also doing town halls with the A and the B teams here. So did one town hall earlier, and then I'll be catching up with the other team in about an hour or so here, and then catching up with the night shift on Monday. So that's the town hall that we did as a wider company live fairly recently, but doing that here at the Bromsgrove facility. So I look forward to catching up with colleagues there. In terms of other things this week, then caught up on two international markets and two opportunities for us to tackle international markets in slightly different ways, both Saudi and Italy. So at very early stages of discussions with potential new partners, but they were some kick-off discussions that have now been taken on by Chris Rawnsley and others within the business to drive those forward and see if there is truly an opportunity to approach those markets in slightly different ways. Historically, they've both been very successful markets for us, but because of changes within each of those markets, actually our success there has dropped off over probably the last 10 years. And whilst we've grown and been incredibly successful growing our pack business in other markets there too that are a bit of an outlier. Nothing to do with us, but very much to do with the local procurement rules in those countries. So yeah, it was interesting to have some discussions potentially tackling different ways. Quite a few industry things this week. So I had my quarterly catch up with the Department of Social Care or Health and Social Care. So as a critical supplier, I catch up with them every quarter. So we just catch up with what's going on from their side and obviously what's going on from our side. So the main thing from our side was to bring them up to speed with where we are with Medline. And, once again, thanks to all of the teams that have helped us get into the position that we're in. I had a really good discussion with Megan and Adina this week, and it was really positive to see where we've got to from a supply situation. Far from ideal, I know that, but actually making sure that we can avoid procedures being affected as much as possible. From their side, it was very much around value-based procurement, which is something that the government have been talking about launching, and some definitive guidance came out this week. So that's something that we'll need to adapt to, but I know the sales team already have been working with some experts in this field to make sure that we're aligned with what the market's moving towards. Also met up with the industry association around sustainability, very interesting topic. Again, the government have issued some more guidance this week, which has become even a bit more stringent than where they were originally. So something that we're just going to need to react to both individually as a company. Now, I'm proud to say that we're ahead of this, I would say, against most of our competitors, but it's something that we need to keep pace with. So at an industry level, we are liaising with the government on what some of this means for companies and the ability to actually perform against it. And the final thing last night with 9 colleagues was at the Chamber of Commerce Awards. We had made it through as finalists in 3 categories: innovation for the Quemby Cradle, sustainability, and global trade business of the year. So this is for Herefordshire and Worcestershire, where we're based as a company. And I'm delighted to say that the first award we were highly commended in the innovation category, which basically means you come second. But, it's very nice to have got a highly commended in that and a nice certificate. But I was delighted that we won Global Trade Business of the Year. And that's very much a reflection of everything that goes on across the business. Sales, manufacturing, regulatory, quality, logistics, warehousing, customer services. It touches every area of the business. And so it is really a reflection of how well we're doing. So that'll put us forward for the national award in that regard as well. In terms of new starters, then welcome to Sam, Daniel, Toby and Kerry. Hope you have a good weekend, everyone, and look forward to catching up next week. Cheers, bye.